Okay, so in this video we are going to be doing a couple of things. First, we are going to be testing for temperature sensation in the C5 dermatome, which is on the lateral portion of the upper arm and also underneath the clavicle right here. And then the second thing we're going to be doing is testing for proprioception in the knee and in the big toe. And so we're going to go ahead and start with temperature sensation testing in the C5 dermatome. These are going to be my test tubes filled with cold water and hot water. And so first thing I would do would be to explain to my patient what we're doing and why and what to expect. So we're going to be testing for your ability to pick up on sensation of temperature in some different parts in your arm. And we're doing that because we're trying to determine whether or not you have full sensation there, and that might tell us more about if you have any injuries to a peripheral nerve or to the spinal cord or to the brain itself. And so what to expect, I'm just going to go ahead and touch these to your unaffected side first so that you have an idea of what the test tubes will feel like. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to touch it to your arm. I'll have you close your eyes, and then I'd like you to tell me when you feel it and where, okay? Okay, so we're going to try this unaffected side first. Okay, and so I'm just going to go ahead and start, and I would start distally and move proximally. Okay? Warm. Okay, where? Near my elbow. Okay?
Cold. On the upper arm, near my shoulder a little bit, kind of in the middle.
Okay, towards the outside or the inside?
Towards the outside.
Okay. Then I may test up here towards the clavicle.
Warm on the front of my shoulder.
Okay, great. And so she was able to determine the temperature of the water and the location. And so that sensation is intact. And so temperature is going to travel in the peripheral nerve up to the dorsal root ganglion, where it will have its first synapse onto another neuron in the 3-neuron pathway. And so it's going to go from the dorsal root ganglion into the spinal cord, and it's going to go up through the white matter, and then it'll go up a couple levels, and then it will synapse into a neuron in the dorsal horn of the gray matter. And then from there, it's going to cross to the other side, so it's going to decussate through the anterior white commissure onto the other side of the spinal cord, and then it will travel up through the brain stem into the medulla oblongata, where it will then synapse to a third neuron in the ventral posterior lateral nucleus, the VPL nucleus. And then from there, it's going to travel to the post-central gyrus on the brain. And so that completes the temperature sensation for C5. So we are now moving to test proprioception in the knee and foot. And typically, I would do this distally to proximally, and I would test the unaffected side first so that she has an idea of what that will feel like. So this will be the unaffected, and then this other side will be the affected leg. And so we're going to go ahead and just explain to the patient what we're doing and why and what to expect. So I'm going to be testing a sensation called proprioception for your knee and for your big toe. And then I'm just going to basically be moving your knee and your big toe around, and I just need you to tell me a couple different things. So I'm going to ask you to tell me what position your knee is in, whether it's bent or straight. And then the second thing I'll ask you for your knee is to demonstrate that on the non-affected side, so on this side. Same thing will happen for the toe, where I'm going to be moving it into different positions. And then I'll ask you whether it's bent or straight. And then the second thing would be to ask you to demonstrate that on your opposite side. Okay, so normally I would have the patient on a table that was a little higher, but we will just do with what we have. So here it goes. Okay, so we're going to be testing your leg in some different positions. So we're going to test the unaffected side. We're going to do the knee first. Okay. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and ask you to close your eyes. And I'm going to be moving your knee. And when I say now, I'd like you to tell me what position your knee is in. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Now.
Straight.
Okay. Now.
Bent.
Okay. And now.
It's bent under the chair.
Okay, good. Okay, so that's what we're going to be testing on this other side, okay? All right, so here goes. Okay, so go ahead and close your eyes, and then I'm going to go ahead and start moving your leg. Okay, now.
Bent.
Now.
It's kind of bent, but almost straight.
Okay, and how about now?
Straight.
Okay, good. All right, and now we're going to be testing the big toe. So I, again, will start on the unaffected side, and so that'll be this side. And I'm going to put my fingers on the outside of her toe at the MTP joint. Okay, so we're just giving you an example of how this is going to feel. So go ahead and close your eyes, and then when I say now, go ahead and tell me what position your toe is in, if it's straight or if it's bent, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now.
Bent.
Good. Okay. Now.
Straight.
Okay. And now.
Bent.
Okay. So that gives you an idea of what we're going to be doing on this other side. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to close your eyes for me. I'm going to put my fingers on the outside of your toe. Okay. What position is your toe in now?
Straight.
Okay. And now?
Bent.
Okay. And now?
Straight.
Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and put your toe into a position and ask you to demonstrate that on your other side. Okay? All right. So I've got you in the position there. And so she's bending her toe down just like I have her other toe. Okay, and now I'm doing another position, and she is accurately bringing the other toe up. Okay, great. And so I could do that for the knee as well. I could ask her to demonstrate on the unaffected side when I've got her knee in a position on the affected side. So I could also say, okay, we're going to bring your knee into a position, and then I'd like you to go ahead and do that position with the other side. Okay, good. And then now, good. Okay, so we're testing the kinesthetics, so while the knee is moving, and also the joint position. So two different types of proprioceptive testing there. And now proprioception is going to be traveling through the medial lemniscus tract, or the dorsal column. And so that sensation is going to travel into first the dorsal root ganglion, again where it's going to have its first interaction with another neuron in the 3-neuron pathway. So from the dorsal root ganglion, it's going to travel up, and because it's a lower extremity, it's going to come up through the gracilis fasciculus first in the white matter. And then from there, it's going to come up to all the way up the spinal cord into the medulla, into the lower medulla, where there is a nucleus, a gracilis nucleus. And so that's in the medulla, the lower medulla. And so from there, it's going to go ahead and decussate through the internal arcuate fibers to the other side of the spinal cord, and then it's going to, or the other side of the brainstem, I should say, and it's going to go ahead and go up into the thalamus, and it's going to come on to its third interaction in the pathway, the 3-neuron pathway, at the ventral posterior lateral nucleus, the VPL of the thalamus. And then from there, it's going to travel to the post-central gyrus, where she would be able to locate the sensation. And that's it. Thank you.